Welcome everyone to today's show. It's a preview video really for the Tottenham versus Leicester game at the weekend tomorrow. I've got a couple of Spurs fans on for today's show as well with their predictions and their thoughts on the game coming up. So make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Get your chats in as well. I'm going to try and get you as many chats in as possible today. One thing I can't do today though, unfortunately, on the video is get your chats actually on screen. I do apologise, but I will be reading them out as they come through. So don't forget just to keep chatting away and get your predictions in as well. Do you think Leicester can reach for the Champions League spots? We've secured Europa League football, but I really want Champions League football. It's a certainty for us. It's got to happen. It's got to. Right, first of all, let's get expressions on with his thoughts on the game coming up on the weekend.
Fam, we got the Foxes, you know them way there. And bro, like I said, I want to feed the Foxes an L, bruv. That is what I want, innit? You get me? Like, you lot, we came down to the KP Stadium and you guys showed that you had nuts, blood. You know them way there. King Power Stadium. And yeah, you turned it around, fam. I think it was 2-1? All I know is I was fuming, bro. That's what it was, innit? I was fuming. And like, we got touched, innit? That's why man had to call you man Mo Leicester City. You know what I mean? Because yeah, we got touched, innit? I'm not going to lie. But this time, like, we got a new manager, fam. We got Jose more resilient. The defense is looking a lot better. Our recent form is looking a lot better as well, fam. So for me, I'm not gonna lie. You lot may laugh at me because I know Leicester's been on form and they've been on job, been doing their thing. CV's looking high in that. But mate, I'm going for a 2-1 Tottenham. That is my thoughts. I believe that we've got enough. I believe the form that we're on suggests that we can get the win, in it. You know what I'm saying? Harry Kane's backfiring. The new formation, Son with the 4-4-2 and that. You know what I mean? My only concern is obviously, you know what I mean, the fluent play and that. Because as you can see, we give teams possession and that. And if you're a team that can score with Jamie Vardy, and I know you can, blood. You know what I'm saying? I keep saying his wife does the talking and he does the walking, bruv. Man like Jamie Vardy, fam. He's looking for the golden boot, bruv. And he's not trying to share it like Obama. I mean, less of the athlete's foot, blood. He wants it for himself. So with Jamie Vardy, he's a big threat. Obviously, you got Keegan from EastEnders, Yuri Tillemans and that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if Billy Madison can play. You got Damari Gray as well, fam. Man like Silver Fox. Like, you lot got a lot of players, fam. I'm not even going to lie. Your back as well. You know what I'm saying? Your back. I can't lie, I want a few of your players. Your back's looking like Nicki Minaj, fam. I'm talking Chilwell. I'm talking Pereira, fam. Even your centre-backs, I don't even remember his name. I'm not going to dare to try and pronounce it, but it just is what it is, my G. But, like, yeah, fam, I'm going for a 2-1 Tottenham. But in regard to Leicester, you lot have had a fantastic season. You've got a very good team. And, yeah, fam, I'm not even going to lie, bruv. Like, man can't hate Leicester still, you know what I mean? Obviously, you lot won the league. I wish that was my team. I'm not even going to be sour about that. But you get me? You won the league. Every man thought you lot were going to go out of existence. You know what I'm saying? And where are you now, fam? Right in man's faces. So it just is what it is, innit? We'll see what happens in the game.
Billy Madison. Oh, that killed me. That killed me. The backline's like Nicki Minaj. What do you say about that? I don't know what happened on your end, guys, but I had a bit of a hiccup there. His video froze, and it gave me all sorts of technical faults. So what I'll do is edit that on the actual when the stream's done. I'll edit it. But my word, that was absolutely Billy Madison. Anyway, the next preview. So he's gone for 2-1. He's gone for 2-1 Spurs. I'm going 2-1 Leicester. Get your comments in. Get your predictions in. I am going to go with a 2-1 Leicester. But next up, I've got Sam Chippeck. He's also a Spurs YouTuber. He's just reached 12,000 subscribers yesterday. So well done to Sam. I had a good chat with him on his channel. So that will be out on his end soon. But here's Sam.
Cheers for having me on, Lee. So, talking about current form from Tottenham Hotspur. Our current form has been, on paper, it's actually been okay, but when you look at the performance, it hasn't been the greatest of football. But then again, though, a 2-1 win after 1-0 down against Arsenal and beating Newcastle 3-1, especially from coming back from that equaliser, it has stepped up a little bit. It has put a tiny little bit of more confidence into this current side as of for the rest of this season. The last time that we played Leicester, as much as I feel like Leicester may have deserved to win that performance-wise, You got gifted by VAR. Don't even deny it. I mean, Auria's denied VAR goal. Absolute joke. Son not even offside, but hey, that's VAR for you. And I ain't going to pin it down on Leicester either, because, you know, all teams have had their fair share of miscarriage of justice when it comes to VAR, apart from Manchester United. But yeah, had that been 2-0 up, I felt like we would have beaten you away at the King Power Stadium. The thing is though, is that we still had Pochettino then, and we were starting to see some cracks in the squad and struggling. So we didn't really do ourselves much of a favour anyway. As much as I don't want to be biased and say, oh, you only won because of VAR, because I know that we really fell apart after that decision. Current squad, predicted lineup. I feel like Mourinho is going to play the same formation. He's going to do a 4-4-2. Sissoko on the wing. He'll probably bring Lamela on as well for this starting 11, I feel, to try and break up the play, because I know Leicester have been a very attacking side this season. So I feel like he's going to use Lamela for this. My predicted score will be 2-1 Tottenham win. I feel like Jamie Vardy is going to score because he wants that golden boot. But I feel like, you know, with the current form that you've had, especially losing 4-1 to Bournemouth, I mean, fair enough, you won your last game. I just feel like because you're without key players, then like Pera, for example, I feel like we may, and James Maddison too, and your Croatian centre back as well, Soyuncu, I think is pronounced. I feel like there's going to be you're going to struggle more with what we're having to deal with in terms of missing players, because obviously Serge Aurier, my thoughts go out to him. I don't think he's going to be playing for this game because of what's happened to his brother. So I think our issue as well is going to be missing a right back, which means we might stick Vertonghen there, as he has played as a right wing back before, I believe, against Dortmund. But I'm not too much in favour of that. But what can you do when you're missing players? Anyway, that's my prediction.
So there you go. He mentioned about the VAR, didn't he? Yeah, I knew he was going to mention it, so I thought I'd get it up. Yes, he did mention VAR. However, a little bit of side news just before we get back into that. Has anyone actually seen that we've been linked, apparently, to Cantwell? Has anyone seen the news that we've been linked to Cantwell? According to the Leicestershire Live, that's a thing. Highly rated midfielder. I think the source is actually originated from the Daily Mail. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that, but that's popped up today, so I just thought I'd put that in. But yes, he was right, Sam. He was right. We have got key players out. We are missing Ben Chilwell. We're going to be missing Maddison again. Marco Brighton looks like he's not going to play either with that aggravated hip that he took at the Bournemouth fixture. Soyuncu with the red card completely done. And obviously Ricardo Pereira out for the season on injury. But I'm going to go with the lineup I'm going to go with for the game is as follows: Schmeichel in goal, Johnny Evans, Bennett and Morgan. It's the same lineup, I think, as the Sheffield United game. I think it worked really, really well. Get your comments. I'm going to start reading your comments out. LCFC Grey, confirm. Yeah, I'm not reading that out loud, but yes. Sorry I'm late again. I've had to like the video though, says Jack Gibson. That's alright, Jack. We need to take caution against a team like Spurs with their attack force. They could punish us compared to Sheffield United, says DEC64. Carefree says Archie, Willian, Mount, Pulisic can all press. I don't know what he's on about there. That's a Chelsea game he's talking about. But look, we are gonna win. I feel like we're going to win. I really do. I've got one more preview, though, to show you guys just before we technically head out, which is from The Last Word on Spurs. If you've never heard of The Last Word on Spurs, they're a massive podcasting group. So let's play this one.
Tottenham Hotspur against Leicester City in the Premier League this coming Sunday. Looking forward to the game of calls. From a Spurs perspective, I think it's been a bit of a disappointing season. We obviously lost Mauricio Pochettino very, very early on. The ball felt there was a need for a change, and again with results dictating that, I don't think it's hard to really press that we couldn't have made a change just due to the way the results were going for Spurs. I think when you look at the case with Tottenham, where they are this season and they're battling for a Europa League spot, and you look at the case of the last 12 months, how football has just changed so much. It's so sad to see the plight of this Spurs side really, really fall. I think you look at Tottenham as a team, there is a need, as we know for a long time as Spurs fans, to replenish, to rebuild the squad, and that would have had to happen regardless of whether that was under Maurizio Pochettino or under Jose Mourinho. So for Spurs going into this game, I think it will suit them best to play a team like Leicester, just on the case that Leicester love to play attacking football under Brendan Rodgers, and that will leave plenty of gaps in behind that Leicester defence for Tottenham to expose. I think from a Spurs perspective, you're seeing Lucas Moura coming into a little bit of form, but we are hoping now to see Giovanni Lo Celso in a more advanced role of the team. I think we haven't seen Lo Celso further up the pitch as Spurs fans with what we would like for Lo Celso. I think you've had instant impacts from the likes of Steven Bergwijn, who since coming to the club, he's got a great ratio so far in terms of goals and assists, and I expect that to continue. I would like to see Steven Bergwijn start this one for Tottenham. This Leicester City side, for me, they've got so many decent attacking players, the likes of Jamie Vardy, James Maddison, Yuri Tillmans. I think you look at this Leicester side and it's such a dangerous team. And obviously I know they've got a number of injuries ahead of the game, but I think Leicester will have no reason to come to Spurs with any fear. I think when they see Spurs' form this season, I think they'll feel they can come to Tottenham, impose their attacking game on us and look to take the points. But I'm hoping for Tottenham, obviously having back-to-back wins for the third time since mid-December should give us that little bit of confidence now going into these final 2 games of the season. And for Spurs, I look at it and say, if they want Europa League football, they need to win these last 2 remaining games against both, obviously, Leicester and against Wolves. And it's really, really interesting to see how Tottenham will set up and the system Mourinho will adopt. In the last couple of weeks, he's been flittering between the kind of 4-3-2-1 and 4-4-2. So it will be interesting to see if he wants to push Son far up next to Kane, or if he will be dropping Son in behind Kane in, like I say, more of a 4-3-2-1. But I think for Tottenham, it's a game they have to win if they want that Europa League spot. So I'm going to go with a Tottenham win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Spurs win. I don't think it'll be easy. I think Leicester will defend quite well. I think they're an organised team. They understand the structure, the philosophy under Brendan Rodgers. It won't be an easy game at all. But I think with Spurs' confidence and the form they're on, I'm going to back Spurs to beat Leicester by 2-1.
There you go. Thank you, Ricky, from The Last Word on Spurs. Thanks, Expressions, as well, for coming on. That was a great show with some of the really good previews on from those guys. So I appreciate everyone for coming on. It was just talking about form there. Leicester's form has been rocky since the restart of the pandemic. But I've already mentioned this before. We've not really been in the best of form anyway beforehand either. But let's look at the actual results between Leicester and Spurs. Now, I didn't know this. I actually thought that Spurs had more wins than this. But between the two sides, we've played 31 games between the two sides in all competitions. Leicester have won 13 of those and only lost 12. I thought that was completely different. I thought Spurs had way more wins against us. But I think it's like the history of it with the cup finals, that they beat us in the cup final. I think they did us in an FA Cup semi as well before I was born, I think that was. But they've held some quite important wins against us over the past few years. So I think that's probably why it's stuck in the head that they've had more wins, but they've not. 6 draws between the two sides as well. The previous meeting was the 2-1 at home at King Power, and then the 3-1 loss away at Spurs. So it's it's neck and neck between the two sides. So in history terms, I think there's nothing to really give. The only obviously worry is our players out. If they can play like Ricky said with a 4-4-2, they could probably break us up a little bit, but I feel Leicester can push on. Luke Thomas was fantastic against Sheffield United, and I expect him to start again on that side with Barnes. The pace down that left side worked wonders for Jamie Vardy as well, who had one of his better games he's had in the season. I'm going to read some of your comments out anyway. If you want more content here, guys, please drop a like and subscribe, says Winksy. Thank you for that. Lee, do you have a girlfriend? I have a missus, mate. I've been with her for 15 years. But that's not part of the preview. Chappie, will you be live again before the watch-along, says FCH. No, there will be a watch-along show tomorrow from 4 o'clock featuring Leicester and Spurs on this channel. So make sure you jump over and watch the watch along. I'm getting better at this. I'm starting to enjoy this stuff. But that was the preview for tomorrow's game. I'm going to go for a 2-1. Expressions went for a 2-1. Sam went for a 2-1, and so did Ricky from Last Word on Spurs. All three of those went for a 2-1 Spurs. I'm going for a 2-1 Leicester. So all in all, a 2-1 results either way in the show today. Get your predictions in before I shoot out. Danny Slater says I'm going for 3-2 Leicester. Anyone else in the predictions in here? Let's have a look at your predictions. Winksy says 2-1 Leicester win, but I'd like a Spurs win. Obviously, a United fan. 3-1 says Sidant as well. So it's going to be a close game for sure. Who's watching it? Who's joining in the watch along? Get your comments in before I shoot. And make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on the video. That's about it for me. That's about it. I'm all out of here until tomorrow. 3-1 Leicester says Sidant. 3-1 says Ben Tompkins. And Numa says 2-0 Leicester. Everyone's going for Leicester to win. Let's hope Leicester can get the win tomorrow and go into the Champions League top 4 places. Because if we win tomorrow, I think it will only require a draw against United if Chelsea lose. So let's, fingers crossed, all the results go our way. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you for joining in. See you later.